Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your Life Purpose Oracle reading. This is totally new. But I got these cards a while ago, and I caught the vibe last night to start doing them, and I've been using my dice of resonance to choose who was next, and Sagittarius came up, dagnabbit son of a gun. So hopefully my intention is to offer you some insight or give you some puzzle pieces to the jigsaw puzzle, that of which is your life purpose and or soul mission. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to tune into you guys' energy. Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance from my Sagittarius in reference to their life purpose and or soul mission. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to pick a few cards and see what comes up, my Sagittarius people. I hope you guys are doing well. You can apply this to wherever in your chart. Usually your North Node, your, what do you call it? Your 10th house, midheaven. Wherever. You could like a Sagittarius person or just like the title. And if it resonates, then go with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Well, and we stop. First card is the Strength card. Everything that you experience in your life has made you strong and courageous. So you are, yet again, one of those people who has built up resilience through different struggles that you had in life. And I would say that the things that you've overcome are more or less a blueprint for your own healing as well as that of others. Then we have travel. Your life purpose involves travel. This can also deal with telecommunications, what we found out with Leo, game design, or, mission work, anything of the sort, or anything dealing with computers or communication. Then we have creative expression. I think that's the first time that came up. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. Interesting. Next card that we have is Heart's Desires. I feel like some of you guys are still seeking that thing. Next, we have Counseling. Get out of town. I'm a counselor. Next card we have is Family. Very interesting. Do we have marriage and family therapists in this piece? I'm just saying. So anywho, guys, the thing that I'm seeing is here for some of you who aren't necessarily clear on what it is that you're to do yet, it's like your past experience. What is that? Is that an eagle? I think that's an eagle. Your past experience, she reminds me of a Valkyrie. It's very interesting. But anywho, saw a whole bunch of stuff in that card just now. But anywho, for some of you, it's your past experiences that's more or less like prepping you for what it is that you guys are about to walk into. But I do feel like whether it's traveling to another country, another city, or just taking like a little mini staycation or something of the sort, I do feel like clarity is going to come for you guys there, because I kind of feel like you need a break away from what it is that you guys are doing to gain more of an objective perspective on your experience. So kind of pinging on what I said the other day, like if you were to incorporate like all of the skills that you've learned at past jobs and combining them in order to start your own business, I feel something like along the lines of that. But I feel that you guys are kind of right now too close to it to where it's like you're looking at it from a subjective standpoint and there's a need for some distance. Also, and it could just be you guys being in this hustle and bustle of work if you are presently traveling for your job, or your job is something that's very demanding that requires you to talk to a lot of people on a regular basis, or if you're a flight attendant. But something that I feel that is going to be of great assistance to you guys is to lose yourself in creativity, because I feel similar to kind of what I felt with Leo, is that you guys haven't tapped into that deep space, at least not all Sagittarius people, just specifically the ones that I'm talking to, because this most certainly is not a reading that is for everybody and their mama. But I feel like you guys haven't necessarily tapped into it. So I feel like just beneath the surface, there's things about yourself or different talents, gifts, and abilities that you have that you haven't quite tapped into yet. But whatever medium you would want to do that through, whether it's dancing or music, like singing, painting, poetry, photography, anything of the sort, because I get the vibe of a person who's very businessy. You know what I mean? Like someone who's very go, go, go. Like if you think about like New York City, and you think about like how just, go, go, go that New York is, very fast paced, on the phone, walking around, things like that. It's like I get a vibe like that. So I feel like you guys are very well established business people. And I think of you staying so much in that environment. If you were creative at one point in time, or if you've never really expressed yourself creatively, I feel like there's a need for that, because it's a need to kind of step into that other side of your brain, like that creative side. You know what I mean? And I feel like there is some time that needs to be done, which is why you guys may need to take a little solo vacation to really get alone with yourself, to tune back into what it is that you're passionate about. Because I don't want to say that you lost your passion, but I just feel like you guys have been, what's the word? Do I want to say, not necessarily producing. It's like you guys have been fulfilling a role so much that your life has become like this system, almost like monotonous, where you're just kind of going through the motions. So it's like your heart and your passion, like your soul isn't really burning for anything. And for some of you guys, you may want to see a career counselor. You know what I mean? To just kind of express yourself, because I feel almost like a block. So it's almost like how I'm seeing it. I'm thinking of like the essence of a person being one way, and once they got into their career, it's almost like these layers were built up. And whereas this person used to be like, almost like, because why am I embarrassing myself so much with sharing how my visions look? I'm almost seeing it like pink cotton candy, which means that this person was like soft, feminine, and that's male or female, but I mean in the sense of like feminine energy. Oh, good Lord. In the sense of like feminine energy, like being soft, you know what I mean? Very comforting, very nurturing. And as this person got into the business world, it's almost like these layers of this, because it looks like a sarcophagus to me, was built up around this person, but inside of it is this pink cotton candy. Y'all, don't judge me. My visions are crazy. But anyway, it's like a sarcophagus of almost like concrete. And it's like, this is something you've conditioned yourself into, and it's almost as if you've forgotten, because it's almost like if you got a job like for financial stability and you had it set in your mind, like, I'm just going to work this job to get my money straight, and then I'm going to focus on my passion. But it's almost like years have passed and you've gotten so ingrained into the company that you've kind of lost touch with the pink, soft cotton candy self, if that makes sense. But working with a career coach or a career counselor may be helpful, because when you do career counseling, you're able to do like the Myers-Briggs personality assessment, or looking at your temperaments, or the Kaspersky test, or so on and so forth, to try to find something that vibes with your natural personality type and inclinations. You know what I mean? And then for others of you, it may be you guys working in some format of business, which is going to be something super dope to go into, because with counseling, it may be some of you who already are counselors and marriage and family therapists. And I know that some of us are really weird about this, but this may be something telling you guys, wow, Italy. Okay, two things. Some of you, it's looking into, because I know Italy, well, I don't know. I've been out of school for a second, so I don't know if that's still relevant. But I know like Italy had a like exchange program with counseling graduate students, to where you could do distance study out there. So I don't know if they're still doing that. I know they were doing it when I was in school. They were doing it in Ireland. They were doing it in Italy. It was Ireland, Italy. And what other country was it? It was Ireland. It was Italy. And I can't remember what other country. I think it was France, if I'm not mistaken. So France, Ireland, and Italy. And I know Italy was trying to, I think they were trying to build a national counseling association at the time, or whatever. But you may want to look into like an exchange program, or maybe even seeing if you could transfer your license over there or something like that. Or if you're thinking about going to school to be a counselor and you're thinking about going to get licensed in another country, that's an okay go. For others of you who may already be counselors, and the thing I was saying we feel some type of way about is the whole distance counseling thing. You may want to look into expanding your business into, because I don't know about the other 49 states, but I know in Louisiana, like, we just got our certification, or they just opened it up for us to get the certification to do distance counseling, like whether it's through Talkspace or, so those of you who don't know, there's a whole separate certification that you have to get for that, of like doing, well, at least in Louisiana, I can't say for everybody, but like Talkspace, or even like doing Skype counseling. So you guys may want to think about expanding your business doing that. But I know some people feel some type of way about that because I can say for me personally, I don't think I would want to do distance counseling with a couple or family session because, you know, body language and all that stuff is so important there. And you can only see, you know, this much up, you know. It's neither here nor there. My counselor people understand what I'm saying. But if you're not a marriage and family therapist, or, I mean, if you are a marriage and family therapist and you feel like you want to do that, that's on you. But I'm just saying, you may want to look into distance counseling to supplement your income. Or maybe if, just to supplement your income, just to kind of expand you out, because you don't necessarily have to see people in your city or in your state, right? So, but check with your, you know, you already know. Anyway. And then for some of you, it may actually be a desire to, like, say if it's a person who worked in like technology, and you may be considering going into counseling or coaching, and whether that's in the sense of like consulting or mentorship. So like, say if you've mastered whatever you've done, or even if you're retired and there's something that you've done, thinking about going into the form of like master teacher, to where you're either, and for, again, counselors, maybe getting your supervision license. I don't know why I'm talking to counselors so much right now. I'm sorry. I'm biased. But anyway, looking into your supervision license, or looking into coaching or mentorship. And this is not necessarily counseling people, but I mean, if you've mastered some form of your career, like say if, I don't know, you did something and like, you worked for like a cell phone company and did something like in the telecommunication technology thing, and you left, but you still have that skill mastery. There may be like some type of techie kind of business that you could start where you're a consultant for businesses, or act as a liaison or something of the sort. And what is this? What is this that I'm feeling? What is this? What is this? What is this? Like a doula? Yeah, I think that's like a doula. Because I'm seeing like mom, baby, and liaison person. So that's like a doula. So maybe being like a prenatal doula, like a midwife, I think is the old school word for it. Yeah. Or also another thing that I'm seeing is art therapy for families or for children. And not necessarily having to be like in a therapeutic type of deal, but something dealing with the creative arts and working with families in the creative arts, or something of the sort. And again, it's some type of website. I don't know if it's a vlog. If this is a blog or a vlog or some type of website that has something to do with families. Who I'm talking to is going to know what I'm talking about, because Spirit's clearly not letting me get all in your business. But it's some kind of idea that you have that has something to do with like a website, a vlog, or a blog, and something of it being geared towards families, or it being about your family or something of the sort. Go with that. Who I'm talking to is definitely going to know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like you're going to know what I'm talking about. And then for others of you, this art therapy thing. And I know there's someone in New Orleans that does this. So this may be helpful to someone in New Orleans. But if you're not in New Orleans, you may want to look for that. And I think it's a LCSW that does this. it doesn't necessarily have to be a social worker, but it's like, you know how they have those paint and sip type of deals? Well, it's like a therapist that's doing this, but it's like whatever it is that you're painting, it's like it's some form of therapeutic expression. Because for some of these Sagittarius, I'm legit feeling like some of you guys need to dig deeper into what it is that you're feeling. So that's like for that first group that I kind of tapped into, where I was sensing like you've gotten so enthralled. Is enthralled the word I'm looking for? Or embedded into your career change. It's the bottom of your deck. Like you've gotten so invested into this career, and I don't think that was your initial intentions, but so much so you've kind of disconnected from whatever it was that that you were led to do in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Something else I wanted to say here. And I think for those of you, I know I keep talking about counseling, y'all. I'm sorry. I've got this counseling card for other people, but for some reason with the Sagittarius reading, this is really like sticking out to me. If there's somebody that's kind of like in doubt, even if it's not in one, oh man, I can't remember the word, but there's so many different things that, like with this counseling card, it can be so many things. It could be mentorship, it could be coaching, it could be consulting. But whatever it is, whether it's business related, like struggles you've had in business, if it's your personal life or your family issues that you overcame, I feel like you guys are supposed to be playing a role, and it's kind of tapping into a heart thing for you, playing a role of something that it is that you guys have overcome in your past. You know what I mean? Because it's like, whatever it is that you guys went through past tense or something you struggle with throughout your life, whether that's career or personal, it's like Spirit kind of guided you guys through it. And you're in like a really dope place right now. And I feel that the goal is for you guys to kind of turn back and use what it is that you've mastered to help other people come out of that, whatever that might be. Uh-oh. So that popped out. All right, we're going to get some additional cards for you guys. Oh, the first one, I'm so sorry. The first one is Get Grounded. It says empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Absolutely. So that's where that travel's kind of coming in. So for some of you guys, it's going to be you kind of taking a vacation, like a solo vacation. Oh, that was one of my clients texting me. I got to go back and look at that. Wait. I got to think about that. Anywho, sorry, y'all. Whatchamadinky. Oh, yeah. With the vacation, you guys may need to take like a solo vacation and just to kind of reconnect with yourself in a sense. You know what I mean? And I feel like I always reference Lauren Isley with this. It's a writer who wrote the story called The Judgment of the Birds in the 1940s, which talks about like when you need clarity on life or getting insight in life, how sometimes us just getting out of our environment offers us that. Because it talks about, with him, 3 different experiences where he got major life epiphanies when he was like out of town, just by watching birds. The next card that we have is Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So I would say this in the sense of who or what is triggering you guys, in the sense of it's not a negative trigger. It's like when you first started thinking about feeling unfulfilled, what was it that made you start thinking about that? Or what was it that started kind of frustrating you? Or what was the moment where you realized that you weren't 100% happy anymore? Like that moment you woke up and realized that you kind of got caught into this. Was I that trigger? I don't think so. But, yeah, so that's, okay. I wanted to pull another one for y'all, so there we go. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yes. I feel like it's you guys' time. I feel like we have a couple of little hints into the direction that you guys may or may not, I'm not going to say may or may not, but may go into. But it's like, I feel like this is the beginning for you guys. I really do feel like a shift is about to happen. But I don't necessarily, I feel like these are the first steps, but I don't feel like any of this is permanently like set in stone. I feel like this is just the unfolding. So a lot of the things that were mentioned here are kind of like the gateway, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, Sagittarius. But this has been your life purpose oracle reading. You guys let me know in the comments below how you feel about it. If you dig it, if you don't like it, if you like it, just let me know. But I love your faces, and I'll see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.